You probably don't even notice when it starts. It feels like thinking, just trying to figure something out, replaying a conversation, planning what to say next time. At first, it feels useful, like you're being careful, like you're being smart. But then it doesn't stop. The same thought loops again and again and again. You start analysing things that already happened, imagining things that might happen, questioning things that probably don't matter as much as they feel. And somewhere along the way, thinking turns into overthinking. And overthinking starts to change how your brain actually works. Because your brain isn't designed to sit in constant analysis. It's designed to solve problems and then move on. But when you keep feeding it the same question without resolution, it doesn't switch off. It stays active. And that constant activity begins to wear you down. One of the first things overthinking does is it keeps your brain in a low-level stress state. Even if nothing is happening around you, your brain acts like something is wrong. Your thoughts become the threat. Every what-if feels real. Every imagined scenario feels possible. So your body responds. Your heart rate subtly increases. Your muscles hold tension. Your mind becomes alert. You're not in danger, but your brain doesn't know that. It just knows you won't stop scanning for problems. And over time, that creates mental fatigue. You feel tired, even when you haven't done anything physical. Because thinking like this uses energy, a lot of it. Another thing overthinking does is it hijacks your attention. Instead of being present, your mind is always somewhere else, replaying the past, rehearsing the future. You could be in a conversation but not really there. You could be doing something you enjoy but barely feeling it. Because your brain is busy running simulations, trying to predict outcomes, trying to avoid mistakes. But here's the problem. Most of those scenarios never happen, so all that mental effort goes nowhere. And the more you do it, the more your brain learns that this is the default mode. Overthinking becomes a habit, not something you choose, but something that just happens. There's also a deeper effect. Overthinking slowly erodes your ability to trust yourself. Because every decision becomes something to analyse. Should I say this? Was that the right move? What if I made the wrong choice? So instead of acting, you hesitate. Instead of deciding, you delay. And over time, you start to feel stuck. Not because you don't know what to do, but because you no longer trust your own judgment enough to do it. It also distorts how you see reality. When you think about something too much, it starts to feel bigger than it actually is. A small mistake feels huge. A simple conversation feels loaded with meaning. A minor uncertainty feels like a major problem. Your brain magnifies it. Not because it is bigger, but because you've spent so much time focusing on it. Attention acts like a spotlight. And overthinking keeps that spotlight fixed on the same thing for too long. There's also something else happening. The more you overthink, the less relief you feel from answers. Because even when you do figure something out, your brain finds a new angle, a new doubt, a new question. So you never get that sense of closure. You just move from one thought loop to another. And that's why overthinking feels endless. Because it is. Unless something interrupts it. So what is overthinking really doing to your brain? It's training it to stay in problem mode, all the time, even when there's no real problem to solve. It's draining your mental energy, pulling you out of the present, and slowly disconnecting you from your own sense of certainty. But here's the important part. Overthinking isn't a sign that your brain is broken. It's a sign that your brain is trying to protect you. It's trying to avoid mistakes, trying to keep you safe, trying to control outcomes. It's just doing it in a way that no longer helps. Because at some point, thinking stops being useful and starts becoming noise. And maybe that's the shift. Not trying to stop thinking completely, but recognizing when thinking has turned into something else. When it's no longer solving anything, when it's just repeating. Because once you see that clearly, something changes. You don't have to follow every thought. You don't have to answer every question your mind throws at you. You can let some of them pass. And in that space, something starts to return. A bit of quiet, a bit of clarity, a bit of control. Not over everything, but over where your attention goes. And that's where overthinking begins to lose its grip.